Now let's talk some Dynasty. Sean, start us off with your top Dynasty quarterback target.
So my top quarterback target, obviously Trevor Lawrence is a no-brainer, but Zach Wilson. I love
Oh,
Zach
yeah.
Wilson. I mean, he's going to get Elijah Moore and Corey Davis for at least the next few seasons. He's not going to get wasted away in the Adam Gase system. He's already apparently picking up the playbook, so I think he'll start hot out of the gate. He brings a ton of upside as a dual threat QB, so I love Zach Wilson in Dynasty.
For me, it is going to be Tua Tagovailoa. I think that in a regular league, you may worry how many games does he start in, this season with Jacoby Brissett still there. But I mean, long term, you still you have a great coach. You have Jalen Waddle, who could turn into a big threat, and then you still have a talented receiving core with Fuller and Parker and Gesicki, and we'll see which one of those guys hangs around long term. But I think there's a lot of upside with Tua as the going around number 17 in terms of dynasty leagues at quarterback. What about running back?
So running back, I mean, if you believe in Zach Wilson and this new Jets offense, you got to believe in Michael Carter as well. He might start off a little bit slow. They have about 5 running backs vying for the week 1 starter role. So you might be able to get him a little bit cheaper. I think once he does eventually take over the starting job, I think people are going to see how talented he is. He could be a true 3-down back, maybe not 20 plus touches a game, but he definitely has enough talent to, have RB2 sort of value with just, 15 to 20 touches a game.
Yeah, and if you love Wilson long term, you should love Carter. I'm going with Javonte Williams of the Broncos, going a little higher than Carter, but in a similar situation where, he's a talented guy. He should take over the lead role eventually. I don't think Melvin Gordon is going to be a factor too many years down the line. This may be his last year with the team. And I love their defense long term. So I think Williams will end up getting a lot of volume sooner rather than later and be a real profitable long term pick. Wide receiver in Dynasty.
So my wide receiver is a second-year player, Laviska Shenault. I think you could buy him a little bit low right now. All eyes are on Travis Etienne, who might get the H-back role in the Urban Meyer offense. But I think over time, Urban Meyer might realize he already has the perfect H-back quality player in Laviska Shenault. Whenever I see him play, I think, what would happen if Alvin Kamara decided to beef up a little bit and play wide receiver? And that's Laviska Shenault. So I think buy low right now, and you get to time to Trevor Lawrence. So it's a good way to kind of buy into Trevor Lawrence as well.
Yeah, I love it. I'm going with Michael Pittman at wide receiver. You can still get him outside the top 40 in a lot of dynasty drafts. I think this guy has a chance to be the number 1 target for the Colts this year over T.Y. Hilton, who's aging. And we saw Pittman really come on down the stretch last season and into the postseason. So I think Pittman's a really strong dynasty pick that could end up being a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 sooner than later. Let's finish it up with tight end. Where are you going for your dynasty target at tight end, Sean?
So I'm going with a long-term investment here. I'm going with Noah Gray on the Chiefs. They took him in the 5th round this year, and Patrick Mahomes can't throw to Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce forever. So there's going to have to eventually be a replacement for Kelce specifically. I think Noah Gray might be that guy. Obviously not this year, maybe not next year, but I think in a couple of years, he's worth a stash just to potentially get Patrick Mahomes' future Travis Kelce.
Ooh, I like it. I'm going with maybe a surprise, but Hunter Henry. You can usually get him outside the top 10, sometimes even the top 15 in dynasty drafts. And my philosophy in dynasty with tight end, I actually like to still go for the more known and established quantities. Henry's still only entering his age 27 season. I think the Patriots offense has nowhere to go but up. But in both the short and long term, you may see him still be their number 1 target. So I like getting the known quantity. It's harder, I think, to hit on some of those later round dynasty tight ends, especially if they're not attached to Patrick Mahomes. So I like your pick. But yeah, going with an established guy here, Hunter Henry changing teams for the Patriots. So once more for the listeners and viewers out there, just recap who your top dynasty targets are at each position, Sean.
So QB, it's Zach Wilson, running back, Michael Carter, wide receiver, Laviska Shenault, and tight end, Noah Gray.
And for me, my top dynasty targets for 2021, quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, running back Javonte Williams, wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr., tight end Hunter Henry. There you have it, folks. Let's get this money.